No.
Ancient and world history.
Right. But, you know, in other words, I mean, you know, like, the thousands of people that have gone on before us, and even talking about what happened to us as slavery. Slavery was a horrible thing. Horrible. And it's still going on. You know, you all heard about I can't think of the term right this minute it comes to me, but say for instance, all the soldiers that are coming back from the wars, you know, these wars, and they're distressed, right? Maybe in the war, maybe a few years. Well, what do you think about our ancestors who were enslaved on plantations all their lives, could be beaten at any time, could not, had to say yes ma'am, yes sir, could not have families, literally couldn't have families. So what do you think about their minds and what happened to them? And then that passed that on to their children, and their children passed that on to us. So even though we're supposed to be free and we don't have chains on us, we still have chains on our minds. And we need to figure out how do we get these chains off our minds so that we can feel free. Because we're not free. We're not free. When we were in the civil rights movement, we thought, we really did think that, and when I went to Mississippi, we thought that if we could get white people to take the chains off, like if we could take the signs off the water fountains, because you know you used to have water fountains, you know, white water fountain, black water fountain, white toilet, black toilet. Black people could not sit in restaurants. You couldn't even, when I was in Mississippi one time, I was going trying to get a ticket on a bus from one city to another city. I went into the bus station and the little man said, you gotta go out there. And I thought, where is he talking about? And it's just a little bus station, not no big bus station like you see here in Chicago, just a little small station. He was talking about I had to go outside and get my bus ticket outside from a little window, right? Anyway, I didn't do it, and I helped to close the bus station down, but that's a whole other thing. But what I'm saying, I really did. They closed that bus station down. I was in Macomb, Mississippi. There had been a lot of bombings and church burnings. So they had 2 FBI guys in Macomb. And so I was going into Macomb. So I went to Macomb and I called the FBI and told them what had happened. And so I had to go to some meetings in Atlanta after that, so I didn't get back to where I was living for about 2 or 3 weeks. They had closed the bus station down. The FBI had gone out there so fast and closed that bus station down because there was a law against that. But, what's your question?
I said, do you think that the youth acting out?
Right, they don't. You don't, we have, see, we thought that if we could get white America to let us vote, let us sit at the lunch counter, let us have a cup of coffee, let us do that we would be free. We thought that because we didn't understand the depth of the issues in this country. So we got all of that done. You know, you can go into the bus station now, sit at the lunchtime, no signs on water fountains, blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. But we're not free yet. So that some of us have determined that the other problem is what happened to our mind as a result of our ancestors being kidnapped and enslaved. You need to read about the Middle Passage and what happened to our ancestors when they were taken from their families on those boats and chained. I believe that by the time we got off of the boats, those ships, and those were millions of us, wasn't just one or two, millions. By the time you got off of those boats, in order to survive physically, you had to step out of your mind. You see what I'm saying? You know, like, you had just to do like, ugh. And then you on a plantation, you can't have families, you have children. The slave master can get rid of your children anytime, send them off. All these things happen to our people. And see, there has not been one moment stopping time since the first African was kidnapped and enslaved to this moment. There wasn't no breaks. You know, wasn't no timeouts. This stuff just kept happening and happening and happening. So, we have to figure out how to change our minds, how to get strong inside. You have to work on getting strong inside. You know, you really do. You have to work on it. See, everything is mine. Everything is mine. You look around this room, every single thing that we can see in this room, before it was something that we could see, including ourselves. But let's just take all this other stuff, this equipment. Before it was something you could see, it was something in somebody's mind. So the mind is the most important thing. So we have to figure how we're going to change our minds and really get better. You know, really strong inside. You have to work on it. We all do. Me, I try to work on it every day. I really believe me. I'm about that big inside. I mean, you can have experiences that make you really, you know, hurt just because of the color of your skin. Just because of the color of your skin. That's deep. Years ago, I went for a job. I was going for these jobs. And finally, and I would never get called. So finally, somebody said, this was years ago, and I can see myself now. I had on this nice little outfit. This was back when we wore little hats, had these little shoes, you know, way back. I thought I was really looking nice, and I was. You go up here and say, well, you're very well qualified, but we don't hire color. Now, I came down the steps, but I'll tell you, it was an agency employment agency off of State Street on Randolph. And I remember coming down those stairs and walking through that corner, and I had tears in my eyes because I was saying, they don't hire colored. Well, what can I do? I'm colored. You know, what can I do? I can't change the color of my skin. And this was before black was beautiful. You know, we were proud. This was way, that's right. This was before that. This was before the civil rights stuff. I had tears. I can have tears in my eyes right now thinking about that. Now, all you need is one time. And I will tell you, this is the truth. I have been in situations where I have almost starved to death and couldn't go and apply for a job because of what happened to me psychologically. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you begin to understand why you can't do something, then you work against it. But think of, I'm privileged. I'm really privileged in many ways. I'm poor, but I'm privileged. But think of people who have, I mean, and when I say that, I say because my father was a physician. My mother was a school teacher. I am poor, but I had certain opportunities that helped me that many African Americans did not have, and really right now do not have. So, you know, I had some stuff to kind of help push me along. But a lot of us don't have those opportunities. So what do when we get rejected? We go and get us some drugs. We smoke us some reefer. We drink us some wine. That's what we do. And if you think that this stuff out here, all this stuff about marijuana is for you, I am telling you it is not. That stuff messes up your mind. You don't know what you're doing. You think you're really hip. You think you're talking stuff. You think you're bringing stuff. I've had that experience too. I know about that. I mean, I know. But it is here for a reason. It is here for a reason. If you didn't get a job and you just go, well, I just